So first of all, um, I'm going to introduce you. Okay.
Okay.
So here we got. This short expression is going to be in Spanish, right?
Okay.
Hola a todos, soy Javier de entrenamientoapnea.com y en esta ocasión vamos a entrevistar a Goran Colak de Croacia, es un recordman espectacular, ha atravesado un récord Guinness aguantando la respiración por 22 minutos y medio. Ha sido récord de España en apnea dinámica, haciendo 281 metros en Belgrado. Y bueno, en Tenerife también ha pasado, ha batido varios récords. Y bueno, pues aquí lo tenemos y os lo voy a presentar a continuación. Well, Goran, how are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you. And you?
Very good, very good. Wishing to start this interview with you. So you broke a few records. That's what I was saying to the people, to the person who is watching us. What was that thing that you said? Oh, I love apnea. I'm going to do this. When was this? At what age were you when you said I'm gonna do apnea?
I don't quite remember, but I was really young. We have a sea here in Croatia, so as a little kid, I spent a lot of time at the sea, just diving and having fun, and always I kind of enjoy that underwater world. So since I remember, I wanted to do free diving, even though back then I didn't know what free diving actually is, or that there is a diving. But I always knew I want to do something related to this underwater world.
Right. And how did you start? I mean, did you have a huge apnea when you were a kid?
I had some talent in static apnea, so when I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12, I was able to hold my breath for 4 or even 5 minutes
Wow.
without any training, basically. So yeah, I guess I was a little bit talented in static apnea, but in other disciplines, I don't think so. I was quite average when I started.
Well, one thing is related to other, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you can argue in that direction or even in different directions. So there's a paper written about static has nothing related in dynamic disciplines. Some coaches argue differently, like my own coach who thinks that static is related to dynamic. My own opinion is that static is not that related to dynamic.
Right.
Yeah.
One question about your height and your weight. How tall are you?
I'm 188 centimeters.
And how much weight? How many
Uh,
kilograms?
from 81 to 83, 84, depends. Now I'm at 83.
Okay, okay. Were you bigger than other kids when you were a kid?
Uh, I was a chubby kid when I was a little, to be honest, but I was not that bigger than others. Yeah.
Okay. And have you always done sports in all your life? Like, what other sports do you
Yeah,
do?
I was always doing some kind of sports. When I was really little, I started to do water polo and a little bit of swimming, but just a little bit. Then later, I was doing a lot of sports in my elementary school. Then I started to play basketball. I was playing basketball for some time. Then I go to sports like Thai boxing and jiu-jitsu. And then after that, I decided to go into freediving.
Okay, okay. Oh, this is a very important question, all right? Uh,
Okay,
but if you don't want, you don't answer it, right?
okay.
Uh, do you have a girlfriend?
No, I currently don't have a girlfriend.
because
But why is that important question?
because
Do
because
you
of
have somebody for me or what?
No, not really, not yet. Maybe somebody's watching us, but I ask this because of the behavior for having multiple things in your mind. So for dividing things of concentration, and when you arrive home, have another things that is deconcentrate. Do you,
So
do you
you're
understand?
asking me what?
So if you have many things like in your head, so
Okay.
sometimes you cannot concentrate in one thing because you have another thing in your mind.
So yeah, that is very true. Not just in freediving, but in every sport. Not just in sport, in life in general. So you need to set your priorities to be your priorities, you know.
Right, right. Okay. And your family, what do they say about your career?
My family, well, at the start they were not so thrilled about me doing freediving, but I guess they're just getting used to it. So now it's pretty cool. I don't make a big deal about it, so it looks kind of normal, like any other job. You know, I just don't go to office. I go to a swimming pool and free dive. That's it.
Right. All right. Yeah, yeah. That's great. To have a job that you enjoy doing it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's excellent.
Um, when did you decided and how 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 come you decided to break the world Guinness record?
Guinness record. When actually I was approached with the guys from organization. It's a shared event. There was a lot of events during the year in different cities in Croatia. So they approach me and say, "Do I want to like hold my breath on these events for charity for children?" So I said, "Yeah, of course." And at the end, we they wanted that we do something main square in Zagreb, something big, something kind of important to gather some more media attention to the whole project. So I was thinking about it, and the O2 static Guinness World Record came to my mind. So this is why we did this. This is like to gather some media attention, and really it was the only thing realistically that we were able to do at the main square in a swimming pool. We couldn't do depth or length or whatever. It's just static. And Guinness World Record in static was the biggest media attention thing that you can do. So
It's amazing. It's amazing. Have you tried with doing any record with pure oxygen doing dynamic? Uh,
no, no, actually I didn't. There, the thing with pure O2, it can be really tricky. The biggest problem is not O2. You have enough oxygen for 45 minutes of breath. CO2.
Sorry,
And
can you say that again?
the biggest problem is CO2, so carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the biggest and the only problem in oxygen induced breath holds, either dynamic or static. So in static, you produce a lot less of this CO2, so it can be considered a bit safer. But in dynamic, it can be quite dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, even in static, because the sensation of your breath hold are quite different. It doesn't have much in common with normal static. So you always feel like you can do a much longer, but you have really different and really strange and bad sensation because of high levels of CO2. So O2 blackout is much dangerous than O2 blackout. So you should really be careful. And I don't encourage anyone just to go and experiment with O2 blackouts if they don't know exactly what they are doing.
Thank you for your advice. Thank
Yeah.
you for your advice. Well, let's move on to the second part of this interview. Now,
Okay.
um, in this section of the interview, I'm going to try to get into your mind, asking you some questions about how do you think, which is the process of thinking that you have when you are doing these things. Don't be afraid. I'm still in Spain. I'm not in Croatia.
Okay.
So so which are the steps do you take the day of breaking a record or going to a championship, a normal championship? If I had your body and your mind, what should I do? What steps are those that you doing for one of these days?
What am I doing at the day before my record attempt or competition?
Yeah,
Yeah, or like physically or mentally?
both of them.
Both. Well, physically, I don't do much. I just try to be as rested as possible. Try to be well hydrated, but not too much. Stretch like 2 or 3 hours prior to my dive, and I just try to stay cool and relaxed, and that's pretty much it. Mentally, I try not to think about it too much. I just how to explain that? When you go to your dive, you never think about the goal you want to achieve. So let's say you have a dynamic and you want to do a world record.
Right.
So at the start of your dive, you will not think about 281 meters. You will think about first 50 meters and your technique and your breathe up and you being relaxed and chill. Then when you turn 50, you will think about another 50 meters. You will think about turning 100, about your technique to 100. A step in your dive. So because if let's say your contractions will start at, I don't know, 85 meters or something. If you start thinking that you need to swim 200 more meters, you'll just break. So you need to go step by step. Yeah.
Okay. So just a few minutes before starting apnea,
Okay.
are you're not thinking about this? You are thinking about this when you are under the water.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it under the water. A few minutes before my start, actually what I like I like to have a coach who will say some things to me. Like I don't think about anything. I just try to be relaxed, like empty my mind, and have somebody next to me who will tell me, okay, just relax, calm down, just breathe normally, don't hyperventilate, just think about your technique, don't rush your dive, just calming me down. That's pretty much it.
That's great. That's great. And so when you are under the water, you are thinking about the technique that you are having. So you are doing it properly. You are
Yeah, I'm thinking about my kicks. I'm thinking about my speed, my diving speed, and that's pretty much it. I'm just concentrating on the things I'm doing right now. I'm not thinking about the goal or distance. I'm just thinking about the things I'm doing right now.
great. Great.
Shut down completely. Think about nothing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you and me, we know the answer to this question, but I have to make it to you because there are a lot of spear fishers and free divers who think they should go to a course and learn a little bit more, but like it is working for them, they think they don't really need to go. Is it important for spear fishers and any kind of free diver to go to a course of apnea, or they can do it by themselves?
Well, it's always advisable to go for a course, of course. Safety being the first of them. And then again, I mean, I guess you can learn everything by yourself, but it's much easier and much safer in some way to have somebody who knows what they're talking to said these things to you, so you can really understand and learn from somebody who is there to help you. So of course, it's better to go for a course and to learn something new and something more, not just in apnea, in everything, of course.
Okay. Well, one question about the thing we were talking about before. So you leave your mind blank. So what do you think when you have
During my dive,
No, before your dive, the minutes before your dive, when you have your coach there, who is telling you relax, calm down, etc.
I try to think about nothing, just nothing. Just be there. Just try to remain calm, breathe, and listening to my breaths. I just trying to be relaxed, watching at the pool or at the sea, whatever I'm doing. Just be calm, relaxed, and that's it basically. I don't think about anything.
Yeah, because there are some Zen masters, Zen master.
Yeah.
They have a lot of ways of meditating and relaxing and put down the beats, the heartbeats, because one of the meditations is thinking about one of the walls of inside of your nose, and just
Yeah.
breathing it. Do you do anything like you breath or?
No, no, no. I don't do anything like intentionally. I just try to be relaxed. I believe that if you come to the start, if you come to a competition really ready, really well trained and prepared for your dive, then just happen. This is just a small detail at the end of years and everything in your training. This is easy part. The training is hard. That last dive, that's just easy. Just go there, stay calm, and do your thing. That's it.
Okay, okay. And what alimentation? What should I eat before doing these things or before going to the sea?
Well, the best thing for me and for majority of free divers is to don't eat anything prior to your dive. That is easy if you're diving in the morning or around 12 o'clock or something. Like if you're diving at the evening, it's kind of hard. So in general, I do, and most of divers do carbohydrate carbs filling before the dive. So one day, somebody do 2 days, even 3 days of complex carbs eating to store glycogen into your liver, and so you have energy, of course, for your diet, and you don't need to have or want to have any food at your stomach, so your blood will be free to go on other places where you need them, not to concentrate for your digestions, of course. So basically, carbs, avoid proteins and heavy meat meals, and drink a lot of water. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Talking about concentration, hundreds of thousands of free divers haven't developed the ability of relaxing and concentration. Have you noticed this with people that they cannot relax?
Well, yeah, there's some people having more difficulties than other on a competition, of course. And of course, you will always be more relaxed on your training dives than on a competition. Even me, I'm not like hovering before my dive. My pulse is elevated and I'm nervous, of course. I'm just trying to control myself and to calm myself as much as possible in this situation. But of course, you will not be that calm like on training or when you woke up in the morning and just laying in bed. It's not That's not possible or even normal. Before your big dive and like pro championship final or something, of course you will be nervous.
All right, all right. Um, is there a technique or something that you can help the people by advising them?
Well, Umberto Pelissari once said that in freediving you need to make effort not to make effort. So I think the freedivers understand, but it is hard. It is hard for in a freediving to stay calm in a situation when you need to give 100% of your abilities. So it's kind of opposite to each other, but everyone finds their own way. I don't have any special way. Like I said, I just go there, sit on the edge of the pool, relax, go in and I don't do anything special. Maybe something's happening in my mind that I'm not aware of, but I really don't have any technique that I conduct before my dive. I just relax and that's it.
Okay, and we are arriving to the end of the interview. Just one question about the technique. Um, how do you do it? I mean, how do you check you are doing right your technique when you are diving?
Well, first of all, I'm looking at my. As soon as I dive in, the first thing I will check is my buoyancy. I want to be completely neutral under the water, so not positive or negative. Second thing you will check is your streamlining. So you're streamlining. You really want to be streamlined under the water, so just straight, okay, and flat.
How do you check that?
You just feel the water. You just know. You know, you just after thousands and thousands of meter dive, you just know, you feel it.
Okay,
And speed. So
speed.
my speed of diving, I know by number of kick. I'm counting the kicks, so I know roughly what is my speed. In general, I start my dive a little bit slower than how the dive progress. I speed up. 90% of free divers now doing the same thing. So this is the things I'm worried about and I'm concentrating about. Just my buoyancy, streamlining, my number of kicks, my speed. This is the main things.
Okay, okay. And what do you think is the most difficult thing to check for the rest of the athletes?
I'm sorry, most difficult thing to check?
To check, the buoyancy, the being straight, and the speed. What of these things are the
Well,
most?
I think the hardest thing is to be be correct with your speeds, because when you're stressed, when your heart rate is elevated, and when you're in stress situation, you tend to go a little bit faster than you need to go. So that is like the most common mistakes in like big competition for most of free divers, that they just rushing to dive. They're going too fast because they're nervous and they don't they're unable to relax. So this
Yeah,
is the
they
biggest problem.
start pouring the oxygen.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. How would you divide by percentages, psychology and body?
Sorry, something
Yeah,
breaking down in
sorry.
here. How do I define
How would you divide
divide? Okay.
between psychology and body? The technique of psychology and technique.
Hmm. Well, interesting question. Like, what is more important?
No, like 50% and 50%, 60, 40.
Yeah, well, uh, hmm. There is one interesting thing. Like 10 years ago or something, the majority of free divers was doing yoga and meditation, and it was the most important yogis and stretched and to be able to meditate and to do all kind of weird stuff with your diaphragm. Of course, that will help. But I think nowadays training and being well prepared and well trained is the most important thing. So, like my coach once said when they asked him about me doing meditation underneath the tree, he said, I'm allowed to do meditation underneath the tree, but after I pull out the tree with my bare hands. So he wanted to say that first thing is being well trained and do your training right. Then you can go meditating, because meditation without training will lead you nowhere.
Very, very interesting answer. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Um, well, do you spear fish?
Not really. First of all, I don't have really time to do spear fishing. And when I do it, it's usually winter, so I don't even see the fish in Mediterranean here at our coast, not among kill the fish. So I'm not that skillful in spear fishing, to be honest.
Now, most of the people who are watching this interview are spear fishers. what would you recommend them to enjoy more in the spear fishing?
How do you mean that?
I mean, there are majority of spear fishers I know they hold their breath for in an average of 2 minutes.
Okay.
So how could they improve or enjoy more the fishing time?
Well, like any other athlete in any sport, you need to train that thing you're doing. So if you want to prolong your breath hold, you need to go and train your breath hold. If you wanna be able to dive deeper and faster and you have problems with your leg strength, you need to train your legs. If you wanna be able to inhale more, you need to stretch. So basically, you need to train. Spear fishing is also a sport like any other sport. So if you want to succeed in it, you need to train.
Okay, okay. So well, that's all the questions I have until now. And I want to thank you really, really much, and I appreciate a lot your time and your help for people who are watching this.
Yeah, don't worry. You're more than welcome, and I'm quite happy if I get someone interested in freediving or help somebody who is already in freediving.
I tell you, they will when they see this interview, they will. I wish you have enjoyed my questions. Did you have
Yeah, it was quite interesting.
okay? Well, so thank you very much.
Okay. Nos vemos en el super training de la apnea del entrenamiento apnea.com.
Thank you very much.
Was it good?
Very good, very good. You could start learning more languages. Do you speak any more languages?
No, no, no. Croatian and English, that's it.
That's enough. That's enough.
This is the first thing I ever said in Spanish in my life. So,
Okay, thank you very much.
yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.